Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV coverage of Episode 4 of the Legends of Chima miniseries, The Joyride. Preface. If you want to see the full episode, link in the description. We stressed this in the last episode of this coverage series, and people are still just like in the comments, why isn't this the episode? Why are you just talking for so long? You guys talk too long. I want to see the episode. When there's a giant annotation telling you to check the description. This is a review. However, we always give links.
I'd just like to cut in real quickly and say, if you haven't either heard this or read the word review in the title of this video, then I have some unfortunate news. You were dropped on your head as a child and unfortunately have a kind of blindness that prevents you from seeing certain words that will help you get in further in life.
AKA you're an idiot.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Now that I've insulted thousands of people, continue.
Alright.
Oh, they deserve to be insulted if they don't know how to read. Come on, people.
Most people read perfectly fine. However, there are some that worry me. Alright, so this is for episode 4 of the Legends of Chima, The Joyride. And a note about this episode, it is the final episode in this special pilot mini-series of sorts. The actual full-fledged Legends of Chima cartoon series will apparently begin in July. Because it did get picked up for like 20 episodes of an actual TV show. And from reports, they're overhauling a lot of the show's voice acting cast. However, as bad / mediocre as they all are, there's only one I really want to just go. The rest I can tolerate. Laval needs to get out of there.
Remind me who Laval is again?
The lion, the main character.
Oh, yes. That guy has got the most annoying voice I have ever heard in my life.
But Aries, we have to go for a joyride.
He doesn't make me root
Gnarly man!
Aries, get out of the way of the crocodile.
He does not.
Oh, what are you doing with our chi, man?
He does not make me root for him as a protagonist at all. It makes me want to see him lose just because the character is annoying. Generic, little to no character development, but anyway, that's a story for another day. This episode was very strange. So I guess it starts with them needing to do chores and cleaning and whatnot, and he's with Aries. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He has to like clean up a map room or something. Like there's dust everywhere.
Okay, and he basically shirks his responsibilities, does not do it, and decides to steal his father's tank and go for a joyride.
That's right, everybody. Any kids watching at home, if your parents tell you to clean up your room, screw them, take their car, and go for a joyride.
No, don't take their car. Take their very fully armed tank.
Fully armed tank.
Fully.
There we go. If this were TTV,
it's double
that's the title
fully.
of the episode.
Yep, fully armed.
We've gone from last night to fully.
Yep.
A fully last night.
Yes.
Yuck.
And now we've moved on to killing folks.
Okay. So basically what happens is, I guess they drive around for a bit, sightseeing. There is a subplot which gets very abruptly dropped that deals with Laval's father. The reason why he's gone and they're able to steal his tank is because his name is Legrevis, and he's riding with a couple other lions that are probably high up in the tribe, and they're going to go negotiate a peace treaty with the rhinos. And, well, the rhinos.
The rhinos love to fight.
Yes,
They're like
and
a
they
bunch
like
of
to...
dumb me's.
This is what stood out to me. I actually did find the scene legitimately funny because of the odd voice acting and because of the things they were doing. One was watering a rock like it was a plant thing you can grow. And there was that, and then another was like trying to headbutt a rock and break it, and he eventually got so frustrated he decided he'd chi up and then smash it. And I tried to pause and get a good look at the Rhino Ultra build, but I don't actually think they used a Rhino Ultra build design. It was very blurred, so no clue what that set's gonna look like. This plot gets abruptly dropped, it does not work out, and then later when the alarm calls, they all just abruptly leave, and I kind of figured the rhinos would come help them.
The rhinos just stay there
Yeah,
and do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they don't do anything. So that was a very pointless subplot, but I would rather
It
have
was
time.
just to make way for an excuse to get the tank.
Yeah. I would have rather had that take up more of the episode because at least we wouldn't have to deal with Laval. But basically what happens, Laval and Ares go sightseeing for some reason because I guess they've never seen
Joyride!
these sights before despite living in Chima, so they're like making a big deal about it.
Except
So,
Ares actually said she's seen them all the time whenever she's going flying.
wow, so basically she's just entertaining Laval's nonsense.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Riding around in the tank, they decide to sightsee while going up this treacherous-looking mountain with lots of winding roads, and they have to be very careful. They nearly fall off a couple times, but they still decide to like point and stare at mountains and whatnot. And they get to the top, and they're looking, and then Ares is like, "Man, I'm glad you've put the brakes on that thing, because otherwise this could be very badly." And then Laval's like, "What brakes?" And then of course,
good.
all of a sudden, after he says that, the tank starts rolling away, and it falls off, and it gets trashed.
Lo and behold, the idiot kid that goes on a joyride doesn't actually know how to drive the vehicle he stole,
Yep,
let alone put on the brakes.
yep. It was pretty awful.
This is a really stupid plot.
So they're trying to figure out how to fix it, and they decide to call upon a tribe that has not yet been seen or mentioned or heard of up until now. The mysterious beaver tribe, filled with vicious, bloodthirsty beavers that surround their attackers and maul them and rip them to shreds. No, that is actually not what happens. These beavers are not bloodthirsty at all. They are not vicious, as was initially portrayed. What's the word I'm thinking of to describe these guys?
They're very innocent and
Yes, eccentric.
kind of really eccentric, very work heavy. I guess
They love to fix things.
Yeah, very ecstatic to help, that kind of thing. I really like the beavers. They're actually my favorite part about the episode.
I can't wait to see them in sets.
You think they're
Yeah.
gonna be made as sets?
I
thought
predict
they
there
were-
will be a construction figure beaver.
Okay. I don't know how
I
I,
thought they-
feel about that. Brown parts. I mean, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
I thought that they're quite entertaining, though. So
yeah. So they employ the help of these beavers with little to no convincing, only to find out that I guess some of them have splintered away and have been tricked into working for Krager to, I guess, what was his plan? I forget. Was he planning to dam up
basically-
Mount Kavora?
yeah, basically, he dams up the lake that supplies all the chi,
Yes.
and then he has the beavers build like a canal from like the dammed up lake to their base so that they get all the water instead of the lions.
Very nice. That's a good plan, except it got
stupid.
except it's not. And it got foiled very easily through first he tore the beavers away, Laval and Ares did with simple tricky wordplay. And then they escaped their captivity because the crocodiles got them, and then Ares, after a short quote-unquote battle with Krager's sister, decided she'd destroy the dam and cause it to all fall apart. And then Laval and Krager decide to climb it. Why exactly?
I thought this was a really cool sequence, actually. I don't
Lots
know why.
of parkour involved.
Yeah, it was like a lot of parkour, some good camera work. I actually thought it was really well done.
That part was good. I'm not complaining about the cinematography and whatnot.
Yeah.
The
But
animation,
the logic.
and the movements that they make are actually very well done.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't like the actual design of the models and the expressions on the faces more than I did, say, Ninjago.
Yeah, Laval has got a really weird mouth. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but I can't stop looking at his mouth every time he speaks. Like, it wrinkles in the oddest way.
The
You notice
eyes,
that? I mean,
very
when he's in
creepy.
shadowy places, he looks like his old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odd.
But anyway, they climb up this with a very interesting battle, and then eventually they get to the lake, I think, and Krager jumps in, and of course Laval can't swim, and Krager's taunting him all the way. And then what happens next? I forget.
I honestly do, too.
I guess the dam just deteriorated because they decided to
Yeah.
fight at the top of it.
Something destroyed the dam. I remember that.
Ares
I don't know if it was
destroyed.
Ares or not.
Ares did begin the process, and then they decided they'd have their fight on it
Yeah.
while it was going crazy.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of fell apart at that point.
Yeah, and then eventually it all is destroyed, and they're falling, and then suddenly Laval wakes up from bed, and I initially thought it's all gonna be a dream, but no, it actually did happen. They just decided they'd not show how it ended.
He just kind of they got lazy. They were like, you know what? Let's just have a wake up. Screw animating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode's gone on long enough with the stupid rhino subplot. We need to end this.
Rhinos, whatever happened to them, we'll never know. You'll never get a construction figure, so you don't care.
Yep.
And
But then
what happens? What was it that happened?
After that, Ares, what is her name?
Ares.
Yes.
Ares, yeah. She says that the beavers managed to build the tank and return it back home.
Ah. Okay.
And after that,
They cleaned
Laval
the
was
map
like,
room.
"Oh, they could build a whole tank. Well, I guess I should have cleaned up that map room. I guess for some reason it inspires him to clean it up." So he finally goes to clean up the map room, and then his dad returns, and he finds out that the beavers made alterations to the tank by adding wings to it.
Wow.
And for some reason, this makes him really mad. I don't know why. He's got a winged tank.
Yeah.
Why would you be mad about that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh. No, it's like it's I think it's just the concept. You took my tank out and possibly
Yeah.
did terrible things to my tank, and
Oh God! Oh God!
and
Wow.
got it so many cool improvements. But I'm angry that it's improved because I wanted it to be mine.
Yeah. And then the episode just ends there with him screaming.
Yeah. So, directly comparing this to the ones released thus far. Well, I liked it better than the last one because the last one was just stupid, to be perfectly honest. I liked it better than the first one because if you remember, the first one was basically a giant flashback sequence. They
never saw the first
decided, okay, well, here's what happened in the first one. They start off with a very rushed intro showing Laval like go down to the chi, and I guess this is the first time he's going to be allowed to use chi, and there was supposed to be some big ceremony, and then suddenly the United Forces attack them, and then Laval chases the crocodile leader away, and they have a brief fight, and then his helmet gets knocked off, and he says, "Oh, you're Kragger?" And then they do a flashback showing how they used to be friends, and this flashback lasts for the entirety of the first episode into the
Really?
second one, and then when they get to the end of the flashback, they then do a fast, sped up version edited with, they actually not refilmed, they reshot the entire thing from the first episode, the intro, in a different way with different dialogue,
Really?
and they replay that, and then they get all the way back to where they were. So rather than just, they could have done two things: started off in chronological order or condensed a flashback.
Yeah.
So,
Of the episodes I have seen, though, I would say that this is probably the most entertaining one of them all. IMO. Doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but I found myself enjoying it a lot more.
it made me
I think
laugh.
it's mostly just because of the beavers, though. I quite like the beavers.
It made
Yeah,
me
I agree with
laugh.
Clark.
And that's really all I expect from Chima. There are two ways it can make me laugh. It can make me laugh because of the situation. It can make me laugh because of the dialogue. It can make me laugh because it's so bad. This one was more the first two rather than the last, even though it had its
Yeah.
moments.
I couldn't help but think when the beavers were like surrounding Ares and Laval,
Oh, yeah.
why Ares couldn't just fly them out.
Oh, Var, you never watched the first two episodes. Aries can't use her wings. She can't.
Really?
She's too stupid. There was one point she was stuck in one of the speeders, and someone was charging at her, and she couldn't get the speeder to start. So rather than fly away, she decided she'd sit there screaming.
Really? It's like she could use her wings whenever the heck she wants, but when she actually needs to, she's like, "Oh, I forgot I have wings."
Yup, pretty much.
That is really stupid. And Laval's pretty much useless
Oh
throughout the
yeah,
entire thing.
he really
as
is.
per usual.
He is the worst protagonist ever.
Of all time.
He literally just kind of like causes things to go wrong even more.
Yeah, he kind
Like
of
that he does helping. I mean, I guess in this one he actually did discover the whole secret plot, but it was a pretty stupid plot to begin with.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I'm going to
That
use
I'm sure the
beavers.
council would have found. I'm sure the council would have found out about on their own and stopped it on their own without the help of Laval at all. So
They have jets, the Eagles do, and they have all these vehicles that are projectile, the range based. They could have blown that dam up anytime they wanted.
yeah,
They just send one Eagle copter out there and blast it like Ares did, and it'd be done.
yeah,
It obviously
so
didn't
it was-
hold up that well.
Yeah, Laval really didn't help at all. He kind of just is just annoying, and he's just there. He is definitely the worst part of this show for me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, as far as the episode goes, I thought it was pretty solid compared to the other one. There wasn't any like annoying tangents over a flower
Ugh.
in this one.
Yep.
There was the rhinos, but I thought the rhinos were funny
They were.
enough on their
They
own
were.
to warrant the scenes.
Yep. I just wish it hadn't been dropped abruptly. Maybe have the rhinos come
Well, the
help them
the whole episode was kind of dropped abruptly.
It
though.
kind of was. They transitioned from so much different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I'd recommend this show to anyone that is above the age of 12.
Yeah.
However, if you happen to be below 12, I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining enough for me to watch it. But
And if you want to take a look at the current situation with story-driven Lego themes, this is the perfect example.
Unless you're about to do some Lego research or something, there really is no point in watching this show.
Now, who knows how the new series is going to go? I do not.
That is
I do
true.
not predict major quality improvements, to be quite honest. But there may be some. Knowing that you're going to start off doing an entire series rather than will it get picked up, will it not, may enable them to do better stories.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be a lot better. At least the stories themselves.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I hope it's gonna have a Ninjago effect where the first few episodes are kind of and then the later episodes subsequently are a lot better.
Well, here's the problem with Chima. I would say that's possible, but I've talked about this before in the other coverages. They've written themselves into a corner because they decided that they would use winter sets and summer sets to tell their stories. And the basic story of Chima is this. There's the tribes. The crocodiles break away after Krager's parents. You know, he thinks the lions killed them or whatnot. Of course, that was not how that was portrayed in the TV show at all. But that was the thing on the website. This is what it says. And then he gets all the tribes together, the ravens and the wolves, and they attack. Insert fighting here. This already happened in the very first 2 episodes. They were already repelled. The 2 episodes after that have simply been filler. And a new series is just going to be more filler. Because there's nothing they
God.
can really do unless they wait for new sets. Of course,
I can,
That is true, isn't it? They can't really do anything without the sets.
Of course, by
can
that
just-
same token, I guess they've planned this, or else why would they have put in the bears and the rhinos, which
Yeah.
are sure to be 2014?
yeah, I mean, I guess we should go back and watch like the first 2 episodes of Ninjago and see what did they do for the first 2, and then what did they do for the subsequent second season.
Oh, did we talk about how the tank crashed into the lake and then the stupid gorilla had to pull it out for them?
Oh yeah, no, we did not. The cameo.
I
Gorzan's Gorilla Striker.
Handed them a shovel. Was like, "Can you dig? Or can you dig it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can dig it." He's like, "No, dig it." He pulls out the shovel. I'm like, "Face palm."
every time the gorillas are on screen, I just cringe. I hate the gorilla characters. I just they inspire
Yeah,
rage in me.
They are very dumb.
I want to get the Gorzan Ultra build and the Gorzan system set. The vehicle with the banana belt looks very interesting. So
The
the sets
banana
are fine.
belt.
Yes, he has a belt an ammo belt with bananas that he shoots from a shoulder-mounted cannon as ammo.
Well, that sure sounds interesting.
The prototype construction figure had an ammo belt draped across the chest. I just like the concept. But anyway. So
Yes.
that was Chima, episode 4. Overall, better than average, but with Chima that's not saying much.
Yeah, it's hard to really critique it because really nothing happened in it.
There's a couple good things. There's a lot of bad things. It's filler. The story doesn't affect anything in the long run. So
Yeah, you could literally skip this episode and not worry about having a continuous plot that you missed out on because there's nothing in here that actually revolves around anything to do with the show.
yeah,
Pretty much.
here's another problem I have before going off with this and ending it. I just gotta say, Chima's tribes are strictly one-dimensional. They have no personality at all. It's like seriously, no personality. They're all stereotypes.
It's like they gave them personality, but only one single personality.
Yep.
Like personality trait, and it's like they just decided they'll get a bunch of. They'll take a really big character with a lot of personality, and they'll split them into like 6 different tribes or whatever.
Yep.
And each of those tribes only has one trait of that character's personality.
For instance, the rhinos are stupid. The bears are sleepy. The gorillas are hippies. The lions are noble. The crocodiles are just the most generic of them all. They're evil. There's nothing with the crocodiles. The
female crocodile's voice, for some reason, that voice just seems so inappropriate for the show.
yeah, kind of does.
It's a very, like, seductive kind of voice. It's odd.
Yep.
It feels very out of place.
Yep. And then the wolves are... We haven't really seen enough of them to say what their character trait is, but I saw
I
nothing.
forgot the wolves were even in this show.
I saw nothing to differentiate them from just being evil. And yeah, Var, remember they were the ones that attacked Legravis when he was on the speeder.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Honestly, the ones that seem to A, have the most amount of character, and B, we have seen the second least amount of, are the ravens.
Oh yeah. The Ravens are great. This is a late breaking development. The new series will premiere July 10th.
Oh,
So
cool.
keep your eyes peeled for that.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
If any of you listen to this, you heard it here, folks.
Well, we thank you all for listening to this coverage. We will certainly be there for the series premiere because we love to rip this series to shreds.
I swear to God, if I see any comments going, "Where's the show?" or "You guys talk too much," I'm just gonna delete them. Just shut up.
Yes,
Go away.
I approve.
Yeah, if you cannot tell by this point, this is coverage. Again, you were dropped on your head.
Oh my God, there's people.
Okay, anyway. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate all of your viewership, no matter the comments you post. And
No, we really don't like you the most.
we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
I'm Vardaran.
I didn't think we'd do name outros, but okay, I'm Bessanek.
I'm LJ.
And goodbye.
Yeah, Var's in charge.
Yep, just like the old days.
Haha, you're fired, Messa.
Wow!
See,
I've always wanted to do that.
see you guys. I guess I need to go look for a new job.
Yes.